Some breezes out there. Chilly autumn afternoon here. The cradle of freedom, Philadelphia. McAfee sends it down the way. About 2 yards deep. Calvin will run it out. And Calvin spinning away. Nice piece of running. That is a 30-yard run back out to the 28, and here comes Michael Vick. He's been out a couple of games with broken ribs. It had been reported that it was cartilage damage in the past, but he revealed to us 3 broken ribs. He's fine now and back in the starting lineup. Peters also returns after being inactive the last 2 games with a knee injury. Had a little scope, he's back. And Jackson returns after missing a game with a concussion. McCoy is the tailback here on first down, and they're going to give it to the second-year man out of Pittsburgh. And what a nifty move here by McCoy. He's taken off inside the 40, the 30, the 20, and dragged down from behind at the 10-yard line. Hagler saved the touchdown, but that goes for 62 yards on the first snap of the game.
Well, Jason Peters is back. He gets a good block. Owen Schmidt, the fullback. But I think when you watch the play, it's the speed. LaShawn McCoy, so fast. And when he takes a run, it looks like it's going to get 5 to 10 yards. When he turns it on, he gets all those extra yards. And, Jim, I think we've noticed it talking about the Eagles' offense, probably the fastest offense in the NFL.
Yeah, they've got some receivers out there. Obviously, Jackson's remarkable speed. Macklin as well. You saw what McCoy could do. 62 yards. Harrison now the running back, the former Brown. He's up for the first time in an Eagle uniform, and that's his first handle in Philadelphia. Goes for a yard. Well, the Colts defense on its heels right away. There is Freeney, who's gone against Vick. They go back to the college days together. Syracuse against Virginia Tech. Hagler, who saved the touchdown on the first play. He's in the lineup for Session today. And Lacey gets the start as Powers is out. Yet another Colt player injured and out. McCoy sits out one play, catches his breath, and returns on 2nd and goal from the 9. And Vick goes shotgun. Vick into the pocket, throws it. Touchdown, Jackson. 9 yards. Vick to Jackson. 3 plays, 72 yards. And the Eagles quickly on the board here in Philadelphia.
Beautiful throw, perfect speed. The trajectory just gets over the outstretched arms of Bethea.
Akers for the extra point. Rocca on the hole. High on the snap. Rocca got it down, and Akers drives it through. Well, what an electric start.
Looked like practice on Friday. Well, let's just look how they got the touchdown, Jim. Deshaun Jackson back in the end zone. He's going to go just like this down the field. And the key is Antoine Bethea. Brent Selleck just occupies him just a little bit as he goes up the field. That creates the throwing lane. Michael Vick anticipates the back of the end zone on the other side. And the key to it, like I said, the trajectory. And Dwight Freeney, I tell you what's different. 2 things when you look at this Indianapolis defense today. They have to watch for Michael Vick on bootlegs, so that slows the pass rush down. And so far this year, I have noticed the pass rush just not the same for the Indianapolis Colts when they go on the road.
So how about Vick and Jackson? Both come back off injury. Of course, this team coming off a bye. And they connect on the game's 3rd play for the touchdown. This season, Vick in the red zone, 9 drives in the red zone, 8 of them resulting in touchdowns. So the Colts in those throwback uniforms, the 1955 Colt uniforms.
I like the helmets.
Yeah, they got the shoes on the back of the helmet, the blue helmets. Cornelius Brown is back deep on the goal line. All kinds of special team changes for the Colts. It's a shorter kick and fallen on the recovery by Javarius James.
The wind.
Just kind of, I think, misjudged that wind, didn't he? Now here comes Peyton. This is number 200. 200 starts to open up his career, the second most consecutive start streak among quarterbacks. By the way, Jaws is third all time. Ron Jaworski. Of course, Favre at number 1. Favre and the Vikings pull off the remarkable fourth quarter comeback and win in overtime today against Arizona. Manning from the 19. He's going down the field looking for Garcon, and that was Samuel on the coverage. So you got Peyton Manning playing in this stadium for the first time. 4th time overall for Peyton against the Eagles. He's had his way with them the first 3 times. Saturday, he's been Peyton center 162 of those 200 games. And when it comes to running backs today, they've got Donald Brown, as Adai didn't even make the trip, nor did Mike Hart. They've got Donald Brown, Javarius James, who fell on the misjudged kick return, and Andre Brown up today. Second down, and Manning across the middle. He's picked off. Samuel's got him. It's not the first time he's picked Peyton. Samuel inside the 20, and he's down to the 10. Asante Samuel.
Well, the first play, the long pass, was against Asante Samuel to let him know that don't be looking in the backfield. But it's the pressure on Peyton Manning. They do it up front. That's what, look at the crowd around him. That makes him sail the football over the intended receiver, who was Reggie Wayne. Had to double clutch it. And the big key always when you play the Indianapolis Colts, don't blitz Peyton Manning, but can you pressure him with the 4 down linemen? The Eagles think they can, and if they can, that will be the difference in this game today.
Peyton's first pick in his last 106 throws. Samuel, who got one off of him in that AFC title game back in January '07. It's McCoy. The middle for about 4. We were talking to both of those players this week, Manning and Samuel. And here's that history we talked about. This was, of course, the Indianapolis epic comeback. But Samuel guessed right that time on the throw and ran it back for the touchdown to put New England up 21-3 at the time.
We saw Peyton Manning 2 weeks later in the Super Bowl that year against the Chicago Bears. He was still complaining about that interception because it was a defense he had not seen by the New England Patriots.
Just came back to win that from 18 down. Go on to win the Super Bowl. 2nd and goal.
Better watch Vick on the key.
Yep, he called it, and Vick dragged down.
Well, the fakes have been the other way. So if he would have faked the ball and ran to Dwight Freeney's side, I think it's there. Instead, they set the formation to the other side, and 2 defenders are waiting on him. On the outside, here they come.
Robert Mathis.
Robert Mathis is there, and Angerer too also. Dwight Freeney, I don't know. He might tell the coaches, yeah, I'll watch for the keeps and the boots, but let's be honest, he's such one of the greatest pass rushers we've ever seen in this league. He's going to the quarterback.
So now 3rd and goal, and they put up a 2nd touchdown in the first 3.5 minutes. Vick rushes off the pressure, ball tipped. There is a flag now. Tipped by Buffet. Avant in the back of the end zone.
Holding, offense, set penalties declined. 4th down.
And we'll bring out David Akers.
Yeah, I think that holding was on Winston Justice, number 74, the right tackle. Obvious passing situation. Robert Mathis just straight up the field. That's a good stop by the Colts defense, of course.
David Akers, the longest tenured Eagle, been with him since 1999. Just a 22-yard chippy. Dornbos on the snap, and the kick is good. Samuel set up the 3. 33-yard run back he had of the pick. And boy, he is still gassed after that return.
Yeah, I didn't see. Maybe when he was getting tackled, it knocked his breath out or something, but You're right. He's got the oxygen and really laboring to catch his breath. Of course, sometimes I'm not being funny because he's not feeling well, but the excitement of picking off Peyton Manning's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's
and he talked about it to us, like you said, in the meeting on Friday. Has, of course, tremendous respect. And Asante Samuel, I said to you why they threw the long ball the first play of the game. You've got to let him know that you're willing to go deep on him, because he is truly one of the best guessers at corner that I've seen in the NFL.
He makes a lot of smart gambles, is what Peyton said.
I think that's that's right. They're smart gambles, Jim. That's the way to say it. Very calculated, knows when he can take a chance, leaves his man. And I'll tell you the other thing, too. Maybe we'll see it today. The Eagles' disguise defenses as good as anybody if I've seen all year long.
I was going to say, I was wondering if for a minute there if Samuel would be back after the kick here, but he's hopped off the bench, ready to return to the field. Of course, that admiration that Peyton had for Asante returned right back. Asante walked into a meeting with us on Friday and said, "You'd have to say, William, best ever to play our sport."
You're right. He said it to us. We didn't even bring it up.
Talking about Peyton. This is Cornelius Brown. And there is a flag thrown as he's taken out of bounds at the 28.
During the return, holding number 68 of the return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Carl Cheffers, the referee here today. Tomorrow on CBS, Murder, Lies, Corruption. Push Hawaii 5-0 to the edge. Don't miss a new episode of TV's #1 new drama. That's tomorrow on America's #1 network.
Well, I think, as you look at this Colts offense, and as Peyton Manning told us, he goes, look, they're used to playing the Eagles. Jim Johnson, now Sean McDermott, defensive coordinator. They like to blitz, but not as much this year. And how do they see, it's like he said, that's how you judge it. How do they see us?
From the 12, that's Donald Brown plunging ahead for a yard, maybe two. We've got an update. James Brown is in the studio in New York.
Jim and Phil, 20-10. Jets had trailed the Lions in the fourth. They come back, force overtime, and win it in OT on that 30-yard field goal by Nick Folk. The Jets get it done, pull out the win. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Sims.
Well, Stafford got hurt late in that game. Thank you, JB. Jets come back from 10 down late and win in overtime. And again, the Vikings 14 down in the fourth and win. There's a little completion to Jacob Tamme. Goes for 4. They'll set up third down for Indianapolis. And here is that Philadelphia defense. Trent Cole, he can put the pressure on the quarterback. Has 6 sacks. Sims is 50,000 lighter after being struck with the penalty. The hit that he delivered a couple of weeks ago cost him the $50,000 fine. And you saw Demetri Patterson, a cornerback, getting his first ever NFL start today. 5th-year man out of Tuskegee. Austin Collie comes in. He's in a slot to the left. Collie back much sooner than anyone expected. And that's Reggie Wayne picking up the first down. Nice move by Wayne to the middle of the field, patiently waiting for it to clear. The 9-yard gain in the first.
I don't know if it was called in the huddle. They did it. If Peyton Manning audible to this play, but it's one of their blitz breakers. In other words, if they think a blitz is coming or if he sees it, they love those screens to the outside. They are tremendous blockers. The wide receiver, the left tackle getting out there, getting it done.
First down of the game for the Colts. And Donald Brown stumbles, regains his footing, picks up 3. Runs into the arms of Stuart Bradley. Jim Nantz and Phil Sims, we welcome you to Philadelphia. Already 10-0 Eagles. Second series of the game for the Colts. Peyton Manning on his second.
Good timing again. Another blitz, another screen to Jacob Tamme. I think as you watch this offense, Jim, as we talk to Peyton Manning, you talk about the injuries, different things. They've had to cut their practice reps down, which drives them crazy, but it's about grinding it out. Yeah, we're going to miss some plays because we don't have our full unit in there. But, hey, gets rid of the boredom, man. We have spirited practices because everybody has to make sure we're all clued into each other.
That movement on the left side.
It's on the defense.
Trent Cole and Gian Robinson both
Neutral zone infraction, number 58 of the defense. His movement into the neutral zone caused a reaction by the offensive player. 5-yard penalty. That yardage results in a first down.
So the drive started at the 12, and now they move the football out to the 40. Andy Reid, who has never defeated the Colts. First down for Indianapolis. I'd like to welcome another audience that just joins us here in Philadelphia. The Eagles 62 yards on the first snap of the game. A run by LeSean McCoy that then set up a 9-yard Vick touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson. Then Manning was picked. It led to an Akers 22-yard field goal. Here we are, first play of the game. McCoy takes it all the way down to the 10. Then the touchdown throw by Vick. The interception by Samuel, leading to an Akers field goal. 10-0 to score. The Colts have picked up a couple of first downs on this, their second series of the game. This drive had started back at the 12 after a penalty on the kick. There's a nice grab by Tamme. And he's close to a first at midfield. Let's get some Phil Simms philosophy today.
Well, no matter who's in there, Jacob Tamme in for Dallas Clark. The Colts, they don't care. They see the matchup. They expect you to win. He has one-on-one against a linebacker there, and Jacob Tamme got it done. That last pass we saw Peyton Manning throw. Everybody in the NFL calls that the Indy pass. That little short underneath throw. Almost every offense in the NFL has copied it. The difference is the Colts, they have about 10 different ways of running that play.
Eric Foster lines up as the fullback, throwing a block here on 3rd and short. Actually, not even close for Donald Brown. They brought in a defensive lineman, a little reinforcement in the backfield. Let's see if Foster hit anyone here.
Well, Mike Patterson, Trevor Laws. I couldn't see who made the tackle. I just know 2 big defensive linemen were the last to get up, and they win the point of attack. And you know, Jim, if you notice, the Colts, what were they doing? Quick passes. They're trying to do a lot of things. They take the pressure off their offensive linemen in the run game.
There's Jackson waiting for the punt from Pat McAfee. He's back this week after serving a 1-game suspension for his arrest for alleged public intoxication here in downtown Indianapolis. And the McAfee kick should be covered up. It is. Down at the 1 by Blair White. Well done. 50-yard punt. Eagles will have it at the 1, leading 10-0 in the first. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles at 4-3 on the season, 1-2 at home with losses to Green Bay and the Washington. They got Michael Vick now in his return. He's already thrown a touchdown in this one. 5:41 to go in the first. This is their 7th snap of the game. 5 of their first 6 plays came in goal-to-go situations. And how about Michael Vick? We met with him on Friday. We got to hear in person about all, of course, the changes in his life. His coach, Andy Reid, telling us he's in a very good place right now, talking about his quarterback.
Well, I'll just say this. Talking to Michael Vick, when I asked him some football questions about quarterbacking, he had a smile that never left. He goes, because he knows he's in quarterback heaven. Because in this offense, it's about the quarterback. Has good skilled people around him.
Hands it off to McCoy, who tumbles out to the 4. Now, Michael had missed some action with broken ribs, 3 broken ribs, and you know, for a while there, he said just to even try to change his shirt, it was problematic. He was finally able to sneeze this week for the first time.
You know, sneezing, man, it's a great feeling, man. What are you talking about? But You know, too, I think the way he's being taught how to play quarterback here, of course, he's more receptive to being taught now than he was in Atlanta, and he really understands that you can be great at being a quarterback with your mind just as much as your body.
3rd and 7, and he goes with the long ball to Jackson in stride and down to the Colts 39-yard line.
One of the few guys in the NFL, Michael Vick is, who can just outthrow the coverage. And what happens is, if you never see it like this, Aaron Francesco, there he is, the safety. Oh, he goes, come on, this ball, wait. Oh, it's there. So about 60 yards later, straight up in the air, straight down. And
boy, it almost squirted out.
Yeah, it did, but he got his arms on it.
Yep. Freeney almost got in on Vick.
Wow, what a way. Dwight Freeney went all the way around from the right side to the left and almost got there. But when I watched practice, they were airing it out. It was a show watching them, how far he threw it and how they ran under all the passes.
It's back to Jackson on the end around. He falls at the 35. That was a 58-yard pass play. Now the Vick injury happened week 4 against Washington, down by the goal line. They caught on a vice grip. That double collision from each side. A lot of people had reported it was cartilage damage, but Michael confirming for us it was a broken situation, 3 ribs.
Well, you know what I said to you earlier?
Upper rib cage area.
Hurt is hurt.
Yeah, pain is pain.
That's it.
And it was real.
It was real. But pain-free, very sharp, they said, Andy Reid, all week in practice.
Buckley was in and running back on this play. Vick thrown on the run. And another connection with Jackson, although we have a flag.
Gary Brackett on a roughing the passer. Now, if he doesn't hit him high, this is a bad call. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 58 defense, for lowering his quarterback. That 15-yard penalty will be added half the distance to the end of the play. Automatic. First down.
And you know, his microphone cut out that time. Carl Cheffers, did he say it was a high hit? His helmet hit the shoulder pads, but when a quarterback leaves the pocket, you're allowed more time. You're allowed 2 steps. It's not like he's in the pocket where when they throw it, you basically got to leave him alone. Once they get outside the tackle box, you can run a couple steps and make the hit. I thought that hit was clean.
Another goal-to-go situation for Vick and the Eagles.
But it was a heck of a throw.
So drive has started back at their own 1. Vick running away from the pressure. That was Dawson chasing after him. There was a late hit, but no flag. And Andy Reid's voicing his displeasure.
I think one thing that these Eagles, Michael Vick, it's a clean hit. He's inbounds. He's pushed. Well, he never lets go, but still no penalty in my eyes. No penalty in my eyes. But Jim, Michael Vick said it to us. Andy Reid said, I'll believe it when I see it, that he's got to take less punishment at the quarterback position.
Almost looked like a little horse collar. Dawson had hold of the back of the pads, but nonetheless, 2nd and goal, no flag. Harrison down to the 3.
This is a good addition by the Philadelphia Eagles. Jerome Harrison is nothing but the back that just takes it up in there, the banger. When you need tough yards, what you need inside the 8-yard line in this league, give it to the guy who's looking to give punishment and get that extra yard or 2.
Traded a couple of weeks into the season for running back Mike Bell. Trade with Cleveland. The Browns franchise that has caught fire now with consecutive wins over the Saints and the Patriots. 3rd and goal. Vick cradled it for a moment, now throws it back to the end zone, throws it away.
They were trying to get the let's all run to the left, and they were trying to get Britt Selleck to go all the way to the right corner of the end zone, and he was covered. Watch what happens. Here he comes across. Michael Vick looks back. Nobody there. Has to throw it away. Good play by him.
That was Mowala that was coming in on Vick.
You know what? That's about 4 hits already.
And for the 2nd time now, and Vick may be a little groggy getting up there, Phil.
Yes.
For the 2nd time now, Akers has a short-range field goal as the Eagles are stopped inside the 10. This is 21 yards. Colts 2 for 2 here in the first quarter. 13-0 Eagles. It's a long drive starting back. You can build your own football dynasty and compete year-round with CBSSports.com franchise football. Find out more at CBSSports.com/franchise. 3 drives for the Eagles, 3 scores. 96 yards. You don't see 96-yard field goal drives very often.
That's another good stand by the Colts on the defensive end. Maybe we'll show it to you how they stopped the touchdown pass, but it's discipline. And, you know, we talked to their coach, Jim Caldwell. We talked to Peyton and all that, all the new players. You know, the standard's high. Get in there, learn your job, and do it.
There is Cornelius Brown back at about the 7. He's cheated it a little bit. This kick is into the breeze. Jumps up to the 9 to take it. And a whole wall of Eagles meets him at the 24-yard line. 16-yard run back. Peyton and the Colts down 13 quickly. In honor of Veterans Day, text USO to 27722 to donate $10 to the USO. Help lift the spirits of troops and families around the world. We're thinking of all of our troops, both home and abroad, of course. And this is a trip that was made. Andy Reid was on a USO trip this summer with Marvin Lewis and Brad Childress, John Fox. They went to Germany and then the Persian Gulf to visit the troops as part of a week-long USO Armed Forces tour. Andy's father served in the Navy back in World War II. Manning's pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was a blitz by this Eagles defense. They're feeling confident. They're playing man-to-man up front. Jaquay Parker, number 75. This kind of goes unnoticed in the NFL. But, boy, tough, fast, consistent, productive.
A 2nd and 10. Donald Brown unable to spin away from all that action as Bradley was one of the first to get to him. Of course, the flag is out.
Eagles playing downhill. They're looking fast.
Holding, number 63. Offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, you hold them and you still can't stop them from barreling through there.
Yeah, Jim, let's look at that last play I was talking about. Here is Selleck going across. Pat Angerer playing because he just keeps going well. Here comes everything this way. Be disciplined. Don't chase the car. He waits, and look what it does. It stops a touchdown. You know what I mean by don't chase the car, right? You know, just every time a car pass, don't go chasing everything. Wait for it to come to you.
You look at me like that's something I do all the time.
Well, I didn't know.
2nd down. 2nd and 20.
You're always in the limo.
They take the penalty. Tammy finds a little seam. Jacob Tammy taken off. We do have a flag as he's all the way out to the 50. Flag is back at the 25. Probably will wipe out a 36-yard gain.
You think the Colts spend some time on these
Holding,
strings?
number 66. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Kyle Devan, who got the start today in place of Jamie Richard. Not a whole lot going right for Jim Caldwell's crew right now.
66, there he is. Got his hand outside. Ooh.
No question about that one.
No question about it.
Had a hold of Quentin Michael.
Either the Eagles have to be even more aggressive on the defensive side, or they got to sit back and wait and see it form and then try to make the tackles.
The 2nd and 18, 4 penalties here in the first quarter against the Colts. Over to Garcon. Garcon gets a good chunk of it back out to the 30. Set up 3rd and about 4. That picked up 14.
The numbers are favoring the Colts tremendously on these plays. And they're thinking blitz, and the Eagles keep obliging.
Michael might have gotten away with a horse collar when he brought down Garcon. Final half minute of the first quarter. Toss on 3rd and 4 to Brown, and that's good for the first. They went deep and they went wide, and they flipped it back to Brown. He picks up 5 and a first down.
Yeah, it's 5 down lineman look by the Philadelphia Eagles, and where do you attack that? You go outside. So good call by Clyde Christensen.
Close out the quarter here. Nope, not another play. That's the first time now the Colts haven't scored in 13 quarters. They had scored in 12 or 13 consecutive quarters, but blanked here through 1.
Allstate. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate. And by Red Lobster. Enjoy endless servings of your favorite shrimp, only during Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster.
Yes, welcome back. Cheese steak capital of the world. Did you get one of those this weekend?
No, I did not. I've turned into a coward, you know.
You missed a good chance. Start the second quarter. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, 13-0 Eagles. First down for Manning and the Colts to open the quarter. Collie in a slot to the right as Brown gets the first down run for about 5, and we have another update from a Donald Brown run to a James Brown update.
Check Phil's bag. He does have a cheesesteak in there.
I'll check it out. Tough spot for Charlie Whitehurst starting today at quarterback for Seattle.
Against that giant front 4. Now you're behind 21-0.
Second and 5, and there's the pass to Brown. Caught it in stride, and he takes it to the Philadelphia side of the field. Colts on that side for the first time today. That goes for 20.
Well, good job. Peyton Manning looked left, comes back to the right. Mike Patterson was covering Brown, and the Eagles keep trying to pressure the quarterback. It doesn't work.
Reggie Wayne ducks after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. Tonight on CBS, the Chicago Cubs boss goes undercover at baseball's legendary Wrigley Field. It's an all-new undercover boss tonight. Only CBS.
Jim, how many games have we done of the Indianapolis Colts over the years? I really have yet to see a team that is successful when it comes to blitzing Peyton Manning.
Javaris James is in there. Need to pick up a blitz, perhaps. No, they quickly get it over to Collie. And Austin Collie has his first grab after missing some action. He's back much earlier than anyone thought after that hand injury, but I think Peyton kind of tipped us off on that when we talked to him midweek, saying that Austin's one of those guys who heals quickly. A guy always defies the odds.
Timeout by the Eagles. They got caught trying to get players on the field. Peyton Manning was going to quick snap it.
It'll be a 3rd and 10 for Indy out of the break.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Well, a couple things. You can see the Eagles are already calling timeout. Peyton Manning was trying to go to the hurry up because they were substituting. And Andre Wash, the umpire, whoops, gets in the way, almost falls over. Remember, that's a new rule change, but it did not affect that play there. The Eagles were going to call a timeout no matter what.
Could have been roughing the quarterback. 3rd and 10. Need to get to the 31 for the first. Colts operating across midfield for the first time on this drive. The pass, that is Wayne, and they rule it a catch on the field. Comes back for it, and that's enough for the first.
Double inside blitz by the Eagles defense. Reggie Wayne to the outside, one-on-one. Peyton Manning knew it right away. As soon as you see the blitz, go to the receiver where the defender is off.
Challenge flag is out. This happened right in front of Andy Reid. The catch was right in front of him. It looked like to me Wayne at first glance had both hands underneath it, cradled the football. Looked pretty good on that one replay.
Philadelphia is challenging the ruling on the field that the pass is complete. We'll review the play. Timeout.
So Carl Cheppers will look at that 11-yard grab. Will it hold up? Will the Colts keep moving? We'll be right back. I think we're going to be at opposite sides, but you think the Eagles have a case here?
I do now after seeing this stop action of the ball, the football. It is definitely, the nose is right on the ground. His arms are not under it, Jim. His hands are not under it. Even though originally I thought, oh, I think he caught it.
The ruling on the field stands. Philadelphia will be charged with their first timeout.
Well, that freeze frame shot that we showed was not good enough. I'm sure that's what Andy Reid said. There was separation in the arms. Of course, the ball can hit the ground, but you must have control of it. And quite honestly, right there, I did not think his hands were around it yet to have control of it.
Gives the Colts the first down at the 30 since the interception. Peyton now 11 of his last 12. We're down the middle of the field, and that was on the fingertips of a Eagles player, but there is a flag thrown against that Philadelphia secondary. Tammy was the target.
Pass interference, number 55, defense, automatic, first down.
Stewart Bradley's pass interference call is going to set up the Colts down around the 10.
Colts were going for the score. Austin Collie on the outside, trying to go for the fake screen up the middle. Stewart Bradley made contact with receiver without ever turning around. That's why it was called pass interference.
Yeah, had his back to the play the whole time, and there was contact. 19-yard penalty gives the Colts a goal-to-go situation. Well, they've had goal-to-go situations. They've eventually scored 42 consecutive goal-to-go scenarios, and that's Brown down to the 3. You got to go back to week 1 of 2009, the last time they failed to deliver any points when in a goal-to-go situation.
Well, that last play, the fake screen going for the touchdown, really good discipline by the Eagles defense, but off tackle, the Colts have found somewhere to run the football. Both sides.
Nate Allen, a fine safety rookie for the Eagles, is down, and we'll take a timeout. Nate Allen just now starting to move a little bit, get up, and here's what happened. It's not just the hit on Donald Brown, it's his own teammate coming in at the end, Stewart Bradley.
Good hits.
Right
good
here.
Hit. And Stewart Bradley falls on top of him.
Listen to the hit here. He's even breaking into a light jog. Allen taken in the second round out of South Florida this year, and his defensive coordinator Sean McDermott was praising him when we were in McDermott's company this week, talking about poise of that rookie. Been quite an impact player. Coming in for him is Kurt Coleman. Saw him, number 42. Second and goal. That's Tammy. Shakes off the hit by Samuel, and he's in for the touchdown. Sante Samuel had a play on him. Garcon throws a block, and Manning has the touchdown toss to Jacob Tammy.
Well, another screen, and I'll tell you what, it's a clinic how to get it done. To the outside, good block by the two, Garcon, Austin Collie, but Asante Samuels, little guy going against a big guy, and then when you try to tackle him up around the shoulders, no chance.
Tammy taking over for Dallas Clark, who of course is IR for the season. Tammy caught a touchdown Monday night against Houston. He has another one here today. 13-7 Eagles.
The new 2011 Ford F-150, built Ford tough. And by Outback Steakhouse, it's always fresh in the Outback.
Well, the Colts finally get on track offensively. Tammy finishes off an 11-play drive. Now that's the 10th touchdown drive this season of at least 10 plays. That's the most in the league. Peyton on the drive, 7 of 8 to 5 different receivers.
That was a grinded out drive, no question about it. Peyton Manning said, with the way the team is now, being very cautious throwing the football, I think that drive exemplified all of that.
McAfee's kick comes to Calvin at the 9. Oh, look at this. The ball squirts out of the hands. Little trickery here as Patterson saw some open field. Forgot to take the football with him.
Goes back to where he fumbled it because it went out of bounds. But it had the Colts fooled. I think the only guy left. Was the kicker? Oh, yes.
Yes, McAfee.
It was. The only guy, and he was in tremendous position. He was going to get it stopped. We see it more than ever. Kickers, punters, you got to get involved. You do a good job. Good job by McAfee.
After all that, the ball will be at the 32-yard line. McAfee had that side locked down and trying to switch hands with it. Patterson trying to switch hands for the second time.
You know what he was saying, don't you? Not in my house.
Not here.
Not here.
Vick, short drop, and that's solid. The ball pops out incomplete. What a jarring hit by Deshae Townsend.
That's how you got to be careful. Don't lead your receivers into trouble. He comes off the outside receiver. Boy, that's careful. Close. Remember, don't launch yourself. You're a defender. Run through the tackle. But he launches himself through where the football is in the midsection. So well done.
Riley Cooper comes in as an Eagle receiver, set wide to the right. Up the middle they go. And that's McCoy for about a yard. Now Vick's taken a couple of hits already.
Oh yeah, big hits. No, he's not a big guy, and that's why they're so concerned about it. Every time he's throwing the football, there's somebody around him, and this hit there really shook him up, came to the sideline.
Now the right guard for the Eagles is out. Max Jean-Gillis with a concussion, so he's been replaced. That happened in the first quarter. Nick Cole has come in at right guard, so knocked down 3 times under pressure. Vick faces a 3rd and 9 here. He's taken off with it. He's got the first down with ease onto the Indianapolis side and steps out at the 43. Vick scampering for 24.
What's it like to see the blitz coming and just go, yeah, I don't think I'll deal with it, so I'm just going to run right through it. And anytime he sees a pressure, you cannot leave the middle open for a runner like Michael Vick. In person, watching him, it's much faster than it comes across on TV. I think it's what caught me by surprise at practice. He was doing all the bootlegs and running. I went, wow, he's faster now than I remember him in Atlanta.
He says he's a little slower, though, if you ask him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Compared himself to Deshae Townsend's speed. That'll make you feel slow. Update time. James Brown taken away in New York.
Jim and Phil on the Kansas City-Oakland showdown. It's Kansas City on board here. Matt Castle hooking up with Darren Tucker, an 11-yard strike for the score. Back in the corner of the end zone. It is good. Kansas City on top of Oakland 10-0 in the second. Jim Nantz, Bill Sims.
Oh, boy, like the old days there, JB, out in the AFC West. Yeah, that comparison, Vick, with Deshaun Jackson. And he was just marveling at the speed of that wide receiver, like something he's never seen. Little fake here by Vick. And he's going to keep it again. Step out at the 40. Might have been a little bobble there for a moment. Picks up 3.
Well, they're trying to move him, and that was an excellent job. Move him outside the pocket to give the speed of these wide receivers, Deshaun Jackson, who you talked about, to give him a chance to go down the field and make a double move. But the coverage was excellent on Deshaun. Here he goes. You see him at the bottom of your screen running. He doesn't even have time to set up. In fact, he might have been going across the field trying to throw it back.
Only 3 guys on Freeney here.
And no wonder Michael Vick was under pressure.
Gee. 3rd and 7.
Like you in basketball, you got a triple team.
Yeah, got to respect the shot. Look at this. Wide open. Avant makes the cut down the sideline. Jason Avant is out of bounds at the 6-yard line. All that outside speed you talked about earlier. Here's another one.
Here he is, and he takes advantage of it too. From the inside, Jason Avant, kind of the unknown guy between Macklin and Deshaun Jackson. No chance to cover him in the middle of the field that time. Michael Vick immediately goes to the right guy against Deshae Townsend. One-on-one, covering the whole inside. Very tough to do.
Jason Avant for 34 yards.
Not that he found the right guy. It was dead on target. Didn't even break stride, Jason Avant.
Avant's longest reception of the season, 1st and goal. Now the Colts have shut him down, held him to field goals 2 other times inside the 10. That one goes for no gain.
Now, the first time they were down there, the safety, trying to read Michael Vick's eyes, opened up a window. Michael Vick made the perfect throw.
Marty Morningwig, offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Indianapolis' defensive line really winning the battle up front against the Eagles' offensive line.
2nd and goal from the 7. Pass complete to Jackson all the way back to the 19. Look at that block. And they'll lose big yardage to the 14. A loss of 7 in the end.
Yeah, it's a good idea. They got the numbers, but when he goes so low to get it, it just takes the timing off. And once he cuts it back, Michael Vick trying to get Robert Mathis. Be careful, good block.
Vick tried to help out a little bit.
And Robert Mathis, act like you're trying to block him. Ah, sorry, coach, I missed him. But the play was designed to stay outside. Once he cut it back inside, big trouble.
3rd and goal all the way back to the 14. And a timeout. That was 7:14 to go in the quarter. 3rd and goal from the 14 when we come back. Look at the Colts defending 3rd down on the season. Once in 23 tries that were 3rd and 10 or longer. That's the only time they've converted. One time. 2
good pass rushers and a very solid, safe scheme. Makes it work.
3rd and goal from the 14, and Vick spins. And then he is hit from behind by Freeney. Does not go as a sack. 1-yard gain by Vick. And we'll see Akers for the 3rd time.
Yeah, the pressure, he feels that they're getting inside. And, of course, any quarterback knows from the outside, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis. But I was looking down the field, saw nobody open. Everybody covered closely. Michael Vick takes another hit.
How about that, Phil? 3 times, though, the Eagles had it inside the 10, and they come up with a field goal try instead. This one, 31 yards for Akers. Already good from 22 and 21. And he knocks this one through. Dead center. 16-7, the home team, 2nd quarter.
Challenges.
Well, the Eagles on 3rd down, that last drive, had a 24-yard run by Vick. And then Mike Vick to Avant 34 yards on the 3rd down play. It got him down inside the 10. But again, the Colts put a stop to it at that point. Leads to the field goal, 16-7. Colts trying to beat an NFC opponent in the regular season for the 8th consecutive time. Of course, the Saints got the better of them in the Super Bowl 44 this past February. Tonight on 60 Minutes, President Obama's only interview since Tuesday's elections. Plus the story of the biggest boxing sensation in years. Tonight on 60 Minutes only. CBS.
Well, one of my theories was, coming into this game, the Colts just don't pressure the passer as well on the road. Said that early, but that theory's been shot out the window here. They're making Michael Vick move. It's hard for him to settle down back there and look down the field and make some throws, even though the Eagles have 16 points.
Pass over to Wayne. That's a short gainer. Only out to the 24.
And as Sean McDermott said about this Eagle defense, got to be careful when you blitz. Don't get mesmerized by Peyton Manning. We got young defenders, but it comes down to fundamentals. Right technique, and you've got to tackle. That was a good example. That last play, Patterson, just a good solid tackle. Don't give up the extra yards.
McDermott's rookie safety Allen is being x-rayed for possible neck and head injuries from that injury earlier in the quarter. And there's a completion again to Wayne with a flag down.
A little flag. Could that be a push off by Reggie Wayne? I think it is.
Pass interference, number 87, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Well, it was really a terrific throw to the right spot by Peyton Manning, coming down the inside, getting position. Arms did extend, so you got to throw it. And we see it all the time. We call ticky-tack fouls on the defenders. We go, well, I don't know. But they still throw it. You got to do the same to these offensive guys, too.
Wayne being defended there by Dimitri Patterson, who's been around the league for 5 years, but never started until today. That's the matchup at the bottom of your screen. Second down at 16. Underneath to Wayne, and gets it back to the 20. 3rd and 10 on the way. Patterson getting the start today with Ellis Hobbs inactive, out with a hip injury. And now, of course, they're without Nate Allen for present time while he's being x-rayed.
Depth in the NFL. If you don't have it, you lose. Guys have to step in.
3rd and 10. Pump fake, wanted to go long. That's Collie, and there's a flag here on the near side. It's going to be a push-off call against the Eagles past the 5 yards.
Yeah, I'm going to see this against Patterson. I don't know if...
Just talking about Patterson getting that first start and having the responsibility of Wayne here most of the way.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, number 23, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It was a double move by the Colts. Bottom of your screen. Whoa, of course, he stood there. That he's allowed to stay his ground. So I know it looks bad, and initially you see it, but the wide receiver cannot run through the defender. So Patterson, that was an excellent job. Hold your ground, not going for the fake.
It's the 3rd first down by penalty for Indianapolis. Fake to Brown. And Manning is sacked for only the 8th time this year. That gives Philadelphia a sack in 27 consecutive games. Darryl Tapp on the sack.
Number 91 inside, just keeps working. Darryl Tapp comes in there and gets Peyton Manning. What caused the sack, though, was excellent coverage down the field. He made this fake. He was going to go deep to his left. Good coverage again by Patterson.
And again, only the 8th one yielded by the Colts this year, fewest in the league. Second down throw. That's Tammy to the 32. They gave him the underneath stuff. It's going to be about 3 yards short of the first.
Well, it's such a good blend by the Colts. It really is. Here in this crowd, this stadium, Philadelphia rested the week off. They threw a lot of screens. That gets you back on your heels a little bit, maybe gets you tired. Gives Peyton Manning just a little more time, and we're seeing they're looking for shots down the field. That's what they want to do. They'll throw a lot of short ones, but they're always looking to go long.
You saw Clyde Christensen, the offensive coordinator for the Colts. Peyton's hit his last 10 passes. Takes it under center on 3rd and 3. Going to run for it. Spin by Brown. Interesting little move. That's the 2nd time Brown has rushed for the first from 3rd and 3 or longer.
Yeah, really excellent job. He saw the defensive front.
Quickly to the line, go right back to him. And that's Brown picking up 4.
How about Sean McDermott, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, saying to us Friday, he came in, he was, he'd been outside. I said, well, what's going on? He was the quarterback. He was trying to simulate Peyton Manning as a quarterback to the defense, how fast it's going to go, what we're going to do, trying to get them ready for it. And hard to duplicate in practice, that's for sure.
Even wore the number 18 out there.
That's right.
He was playing the Peyton role.
All the coaches were his receivers. Boy, I know they were covered.
Great young talent. Defensive coordinator has been with this franchise for 12 years. As Manning has Collie, and the ball's out. Collie took a vicious hit. He's still down, hasn't moved. Collie is just absolutely frozen on the field. It was a collision with Coleman and Hansen.
Flag was thrown, so
Well, that's awful to look at.
The ruling on the field is the pass is incomplete. Unnecessary roughness, defense, contact to a defenseless receiver, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Peyton Manning just loves
Please
this
put
kid.
2:23
He's
on the
down
game
on one
clock.
knee. Now up. Jeff Saturday looking in. Tell you, the Eagles are over here still reacting to this flag call.
Here it is. Nobody launches. Hit below the shoulder. It would be that call there.
I think
a defenseless player, helmet to helmet, would be the call, Jim.
But watch how violently Collie's head hits the ground.
Well, he's
This is what
already out.
Right here. Is he already out?
He's out before he hits the ground. Watch his body right here. He's down. Kurt Coleman hit helmet to helmet. That's why the flag was thrown.
And here's another look at the Collie.
He catches it. Possession, 2 feet on the ground. 1, 2. He is now deemed a runner. Now look, I know it's a rough hit, and when in doubt, the officials are taught now, if there's any question, you throw the flag that it's a personal foul. But he gets a chance to protect himself. He turns into a runner, and once you are a runner, you are allowed to have helmet-to-helmet contact. You could see Austin Collie has time. He's trying to protect himself, but it's just the speed of the coverage coming towards him that puts him in that position.
He is still not moved. I see just the left leg, thankfully, now.
Yeah, I've
Slight
seen him
movement.
move his arms a little bit, Jim, even before this. But of course, in a situation like this, you can never be too careful. And I think receivers, you saw Austin Collie catch the ball. When you're running down the middle of the field nowadays, you know there's a reason why you're open, because there's 2 safeties, one coming from each side towards you. Try to protect yourself, but the guys, they're fast, reckless, and there's big contact.
Calling now for signaling for a stretcher to be brought across the field, too. Coleman, who actually collided with him helmet to helmet. Collie, who came back today, and by a lot of estimates was back at least 2 weeks earlier than anyone expected him to be from a hand injury he had suffered.
Right.
I had said this earlier, but we talked to Peyton a few days ago. He was talking about, guys, don't be surprised if Boston Collie's out there. His kid always defies the odds.
Well, we've talked about him so much. Of course, we're hoping everything's going to be fine. And whenever we get any information, of course, to his family, to all fans out there, we'll let you know immediately.
Napoleon, president of the Colts.
You know, and let me just say this too, and then, of course, being careful with my words, but now you understand why, you know, so many people get upset about, oh, you can't do this about the game. You can't. Yes, you can. You want to make rules and do whatever you have to do, whatever you can do possible for player safety.
I couldn't agree more.
And anybody that I understand. I never played defense in the NFL. I know it's frustrating, but wow, it's
been interesting seeing though some people really getting so defensive about the recent crackdown on all of this, saying, hey, let us play the game. Just outrageous. I mean, you see something like this right now. Yeah, go play football. Let somebody have a life, though, okay? Peyton's coming over to him right now.
Well, let's look at the hit one more time. And like we said, the officials always are going to err on the side of safety, and you would deem it a defenseless player if he didn't have time to protect himself, and that's why they threw the flag.
So after the 15-yard penalty, they operate from the Eagles 45 down the middle, right back down the middle they go, and it's Blair White with another flag thrown on the back end of this after the tackle. It went for 33 yards.
Personal foul, face mask, number 27, defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
And that one's on Quentin Michael.
Yeah, it's face mask. He got his hand. You don't have to grab the face mask. He got him inside up top where his forehead is, and that's still the same thing.
First and goal at the 7. James straight ahead, and James has the touchdown. Running behind that right side with Ryan Dean, Kyle DeVan.
Well, 2 plays, but this run right up the middle, Jeff Saturday gets a good block. You said it, Ryan Dean, excellent block. Mike Pollock just engulfed his guy.
First career touchdown for the relative of Edgerrin James. Tavares James takes it in for the Colts from 6 yards out. 16-14. Philadelphia. It was a 9-play drive in all that covered 80 yards. Javaris James, rookie free agent out of the University of Miami. McAfee's kick. A liner to the 7. And a tackle out at the 30-yard line by Mike Newton. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon Boomer, Coach Cowher. All the latest scores and highlights is coming up on the Sprint halftime report. You'll have the latest on that Kansas City-Oakland game with the Chiefs having their way so far. Down a minute to go in the first half there. Jason Campbell's had a real struggle out there today so far, the Raiders quarterback.
Inside 2 minutes, the umpire going back to his spot, right where the linebackers are.
Here they come crashing in, and Vick is sacked back at the 19. That's Eric Foster.
Well, we said it the drive before, Jim, that the defensive front for the Colts just more physical than the Philadelphia offensive line. Eric Foster, wow, just overpowered.
There's a loss of 10. The Foster sack. Coming after Vick again. He spins away from the heat. Zips it a little too high near the 50. That was intended for Jeremy Maclin. Hayden on the coverage.
Excellent job of getting out of trouble, but that football did get away from him. He was only trying to throw it about 40 yards on the line. So sometimes the quarterback, well, a lot of times when you try to give it a little extra oomph, it's going to go high.
Maclin without a catch so far. The Eagles have struck on some big plays, something they do with regularity.
Two things: moving just a little behind the guards, tackles, to give him a different look. But Michael Vick is better the farther away he gets from the line of scrimmage. Like this.
All kinds of time. Completes it to Schmidt. Brought down at the 32. Now the Colts do have all of their timeouts.
You know, Jim, to go back to that, it's when Michael Vick takes a really deep drop, if he gets pressure, he escapes it much easier.
Colts take the timeout with 1:11 to go. Manning will get another crack before halftime. Sav Rocca out to punt. He's had 19 punts this year that have gone at least 50 yards. He's punting downwind. Blair White is the returner. This one he didn't catch. Oh, really off the side of the foot.
Off the inside of the foot because it went left.
Right to the 50. That's a 19-yard punt. Rocco averages about 47 yards a kick.
I don't think Andy Reid's mad. He's like looking at him, can't believe it. He almost smiled.
But just a first half that the Eagles, you know, seemed like they lived inside of the 10-yard line, the Colts 10-yard line. With Peyton with a minute to go before halftime, could actually have the lead by the intermission after all that. Goes underneath, Tammy to the 41 for 9. Not going to take a second time out here. It's going to reset.
Oh, absolutely. Most likely the defense is going to play safe. He knows that.
Goes run. It's got the first to the 37 and a timeout call with 38 seconds. Again, the Sprint halftime report coming up. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher. All the latest scores and highlights and a review of the early action today. It's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. What a fascinating early window today, including how do you figure these Cleveland Browns 34-14 over the New England Patriots?
Yeah, they just did it like I say to you every once in a while. You know, being really physical and just out hitting the other guy is still the way to go in the NFL. It's the proven way to win. And that's what you say about it. And how about Peyton Hillis? We were watching just some of the highlights. It's like watching a running back out of 40s just rumbling through everybody.
Just a battering ram. 184 yards today for Hillis on the ground and 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 from the 37. And that's Wayne with open space to the 18.
There was the Indy play coming underneath. Boy, I don't know the coverage. They must have got confused. Nobody ran with him.
Lobs it over the top to Tammy, incomplete. That was Michael and Stuart Bradley back there. That ends a streak of 13 consecutive Manning completions.
You know, Peyton Manning keeps chipping at you, gets a lot of short completions, gets rhythm, feels good, tires your defense out just a little bit, makes the secondary start guessing. And now it's like I said to you the last series, it's, yeah, we'll throw it short, but they're always looking deep.
16 seconds and 1 timeout. Looking for Wayne. Incomplete, no flag. That's Patterson on the coverage.
Good guess. It was a blitz again. But Dimitri Patterson playing it right, playing back, playing safe, knowing, let him kick a field goal. Just don't give up the touchdown.
11 seconds.
Especially now with 11 seconds.
Off his fingertips. Coleman and Patterson on the coverage.
You know, Jim, I don't like to always second guess, but why blitz? 11 seconds to go. So you blitz everybody. Look at the throw. Dimitri Patterson never saw the football. It was a perfect throw. Maybe, if anything, so hard Reggie Wayne couldn't come up the catch. That could have been a touchdown.
Vinatieri from 37 yards for the lead. McAfee gets it down, and the kick is good. And the Colts were down 13-0 in this one. Now lead it 17-16 with seconds to go in the first half. Vinatieri now 14 of 16 on the season. That field goal gives him 352 all-time made field goals, tying Eddie Murray for 11th all-time.
You know, I'm not sitting there, but what did I say to you when the coin flip went on today?
You said if you're Philadelphia, which won it,
they took the ball.
Yep, you might want to think about.
I would give it to Indianapolis because
you were
this.
afraid of the double into the first half.
Started the second half. Don't let Peyton Manning double up. Field goal. Michael Vick had to throw it away. Another field goal. 4 hits. Well, that explains a lot of the first half. 3 field goals by the Eagles, but just give all the credit. I'll tell you, I'm just giving a lot of credit to this Colts team. The start to overcome it, and they're having periods where they're dominating on both sides of the football now. But you're right. You know, that's. I know you give it to Peyton Manning, but you don't have the double up.
Ball is out, and time is out as well. Went off the hands of Buckley. 17-16. Indianapolis lead at the intermission. Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. And you're watching the NFL on CBS.